Stop right here. Don't blink. Don't move your finger. Listen carefully, my beloved child, because Archangel Michael is stepping forward at this exact second, and he is raising his voice. Heaven says, the blessing meant for your daughter did not reach her. Someone close, closer than you think, is enjoying the comfort, the peace, and the opportunities that were destined to lift your daughter's life. And Archangel Michael is revealing this today because the timing window is closing. Not to scare you. Not to pressure you. But to awaken you. Stay till the end, because the moment you stop listening, the protection weakens. But the moment you keep listening, the restoration begins. Don't scroll. Don't skip. Just breathe, and stay with me. Listen carefully. Archangel Michael stands beside you right now, not with anger, but with urgency. His wings fold behind him as he speaks. A blessing was assigned to your daughter. Heaven sent it with clear direction. But on its way, it stopped near a person who lives closer to you than the distance of a single heartbeat. Your breath tightens. Your spirit feels the shift. You know exactly what that means. Someone nearby, someone familiar, someone who smiles normally but holds a quiet shadow within. Michael continues. This person didn't steal anything in the physical world. They did not take money with hands. They took energy. They took opportunity. They took the peace that was meant for her path. Your heart trembles, but listen. This isn't about hatred. This isn't about blame. This is about correction, realignment, restoration. Michael raises his sword of light. Your daughter's future was supposed to receive joy, clarity, and a turning point. But someone close used her absence, her silence, or her hesitation to pull that blessing toward themselves. You feel the goosebumps. This message is meant for you, right now. Michael speaks again. The person did not know what they were doing. It wasn't evil. It was envy wrapped in confusion. You remember moments. A neighbor who watched too closely. Someone who smiled too widely when you shared good news. Someone who asked too much about your daughter's life. Or someone who acted too interested in her struggles. My beloved child, don't ignore this. Michael says, the blessing is not lost. It is detained. Held. Paused. Waiting for a command from heaven to return to its rightful soul. And that command begins with awareness. Don't scroll. Don't skip. Your daughter's destiny depends on your focus right now. Michael's voice becomes deeper. Within the next hours, you will notice a small sign. A message. A feeling. A sudden thought that exposes who has been absorbing what belongs to her. Not physically, but energetically, emotionally, spiritually. Michael closes his message with power. When awareness awakens, restoration begins. Your daughter's blessing will return to her. But only if you remain with this message till the end. Stay here. You are not alone. This is being guided. My beloved child. If you are still here, it means your spirit recognized truth beneath these words. Hit like so heaven knows you received the message. Hit subscribe so you never miss the next part Michael sends. And share with 10 people, because someone else's daughter may also be missing a blessing right now. Before you leave, comment below. Return her blessing, Archangel Michael. Your words become a spiritual declaration. And heaven hears declarations. Don't scroll. Don't take your eyes off this message. Stay right here with me. Because Archangel Michael is not done speaking. Listen carefully, my beloved child. The moment you finished part 1, Michael stepped closer and whispered a second truth. One that is deeper, more precise, and even more urgent. Heaven revealed the energy signature of the person who intercepted your daughter's blessing. Michael says, this person is not a villain, but they carried a silent, painful emptiness inside them. When the blessing passed near them, their energy grabbed it without intention. Read that again. They didn't plan it. They didn't plot it. It was their lack, their fear, their restlessness, that pulled the blessing toward their life like a magnet. You know this type of person. Someone who is always wanting more. Someone who expresses sadness in a way that pulls sympathy from others. Someone who seems harmless, but absorbs the good that flows around them. Michael continues in a voice full of authority. Your daughter's path was rising. Her season was ready to open. But this person's energy clouded the air around her destiny. Not a thief. Not an enemy. Just someone spiritually hungry. Someone who clung to what wasn't meant for them. Take a slow breath. Let this sink in. Don't scroll. Don't move. Michael says, within the next 48 hours, you will see this person behave differently. They may appear nervous, overly kind, or suddenly interested in your daughter's life. That is the signal. The moment of exposure. Heaven is revealing the truth gently, so your heart does not break, and your mind does not spiral. This message is not about blame. It's about restoration. And now Michael reveals the part that chills the air around you. Your daughter has sensed something. She may not understand it, but her intuition has been warning her quietly. That tension she felt recently. That heaviness in her chest. The sudden moments where she became quiet and distant. They were spiritual warnings. Michael says, her blessing wants to return to her. It is calling her. But she needs someone strong enough to help her reclaim it. That someone is you. Not through confrontation. Not through anger. Not through fear. But through awareness and alignment. Stay with me. Don't scroll. Michael continues. The blessing is hovering. It is ready to shift back. But the spiritual gate opens only when you understand what is happening. And right now, you do. You see the pattern. You feel the truth. You recognize the signs that were always there. This is not coincidence. This is clarity arriving at the perfect second. Heaven says, the person who absorbed her blessing is someone she never expected. Someone with a gentle face but a heavy spirit. You may feel a chill. That's your intuition aligning with Michael's message. You may feel warmth. That's the restoration beginning. You may feel tears. That's your soul remembering what was promised to your daughter. Stay right here. Don't move. Michael's final line for this part is powerful. Your daughter's blessing is returning. The shift has already begun. But you must stay alert. Because the exposure moment is coming. If you are still here, heaven has already begun moving. Your presence is the confirmation. Tap like so Archangel Michael sees your agreement. Tap subscribe so you receive the next message the moment it's released. And share this message with 10 people. Because someone else's blessing may also be trapped in someone else's energy right now. Before you go, comment. Her blessing must return. Your comment will align your spirit with Michael's restoration. My beloved child, listen carefully. Stay right here with me. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Don't let your attention drift. Because this part is the turning point. The moment the invisible becomes visible. Archangel Michael steps forward and says, the person who accidentally held your daughter's blessing will reveal themselves through one unmistakable sign. This sign is not random. It is not subtle. It is not hidden behind mystery. It is loud in the spiritual realm, but quiet in the physical world. And that is why heaven brought you here. Stay with me. Don't move. Michael says, within the next 72 hours, this person will behave strangely in front of you. Not dramatically. Not loudly. Not obviously. But in a way that bends your attention. They may suddenly become overly kind. Ask unnecessary questions. Avoid eye contact at the wrong moment. Mention your daughter unexpectedly. Or bring up something emotional for no reason. Heaven calls this the exposure ripple. It happens when someone who is holding spiritual energy that isn't theirs starts to feel the pull. The pressure. The returning force. Your daughter's blessing is calling itself home. And the person holding it temporarily can feel that shift inside them. You will notice this ripple. You will sense it in a heartbeat. You will feel it in your spirit. My beloved child. There is more. Don't scroll. Listen closely. Michael says, your daughter has been feeling spiritually heavy because she has been standing between two destinies, hers and the one accidentally attached to her blessing. This explains why she has been more tired than usual, easily frustrated, quiet at random moments, lost in thought, distant without reason, or unusually emotional. This is not her weakness. This is spiritual friction. Two timelines overlapping. But the friction is breaking. The pressure is lifting. The shift is beginning. Stay right here. Michael continues. The exposure moment will not be loud, but you will feel it like a shock in your chest. Why? Because when someone acts against the natural flow of heaven, even unintentionally, their soul becomes uneasy when the truth approaches. You will see it. A look. A pause. A strange apology. A sudden softness. A random sentence that feels off. A strange emotional moment that doesn't match the conversation. That is your sign. Your confirmation. Your angel's whisper. Don't move. Listen to this next part. Michael says, when the sign appears, do not confront. Do not accuse. Do not fear. Just observe, breathe, and call on me. You simply need to say, Archangel Michael, surround my daughter's destiny in divine light. This one line shifts everything. It reopens the divine channel. It pulls back what belongs to her. It restores what heaven promised. My beloved child, your daughter has been stronger than you realize. She has carried emotional storms that were never hers. She has walked through shadows she didn't create. And yet, she never fell. Why? Because her angel has been guarding her. And you have been spiritually holding her without knowing. Michael says, the blessing is returning. The exposure will guide the restoration. And you will see clarity shine through the confusion. Don't scroll. Don't leave. You are in the middle of the alignment. And now, heaven gives you one more truth. The person who held her blessing is not wicked. But your daughter must distance spiritually for a season, so her destiny can breathe again. This is protection, not punishment. This is redirection, not rejection. This is elevation, not separation. Stay with me. Because this journey is not over. The most important part is coming next. If you felt chills, or clarity, or a strange sense of peace, then your spirit already knows this message was for you. Tap like so heaven knows you are receiving the guidance. Tap subscribe so the next warning or blessing doesn't miss you. And share this with 10 people, because someone else's child may also be facing a stolen blessing without knowing it. Before you leave, comment. Her blessing must return to her now. This single sentence aligns your energy with heaven's restoration. My beloved child, stay right here with me. Don't move. Don't blink. Don't let the enemy distract you now, because this part reveals what will happen inside your daughter's spirit when her blessing begins returning to her. Archangel Michael steps forward again, and his voice is sharper now, not harsh, but filled with urgency. He says, your daughter has been walking with a weight that was never hers. But now, heaven is preparing her heart for the moment the truth touches her. Listen carefully. Don't scroll. Your daughter has been feeling confused about her direction, unsure about relationships, lost in her own thoughts, overwhelmed for no reason, strangely emotional at night, quiet during the day, and disconnected from people she once trusted. This is not a breakdown. This is not her being difficult. This is not her losing control. Michael says. This is spiritual preparation. Her blessing has been dragging itself back toward her soul. And everything she feels right now is the pressure of spiritual realignment. Your daughter is standing at the doorway between who she used to be and who heaven always intended her to become. Listen. Don't leave. Michael continues. When the blessing begins to return, a sudden calm will hit her spirit, like a quiet wind passing through her chest. This calm will not make sense to her. She might pause while doing something simple. She might take an unexpected deep breath. She might feel a warmth on her shoulders or neck. Or she might suddenly stop crying, even if she cried moments before. This is the first sign. The second sign? Her mind will clear. Thoughts that once hurt her won't sting the same way. Names that once scared her won't hold the same power. Fears that choked her will suddenly loosen. Don't miss this. Michael says. You will see a softness in her eyes, a light returning, a strength rising. This is the moment heaven restores the part of her destiny that slipped away. But there is a third sign. A sign only a mother or guardian spirit can notice. She will avoid the person who was spiritually blocking her path. Not because she is angry. Not because she wants revenge. But because her spirit knows. My time is changing. I must protect my heart. My beloved child. Your daughter's soul is wiser than her age. It hears things her ears don't. It sees things her eyes can't. Michael says. Once the blessing touches her again, opportunities will surround her. She will rise from spiritual fog into spiritual clarity. Don't scroll. Don't look away. You are watching your daughter's spiritual rebirth unfold. And now, the most important truth of this part. Your daughter will not return to who she was before the blessing was taken. She will become stronger, wiser, and divinely protected. Her life is not collapsing. Her hope is not fading. Her destiny is not slipping away. It is all returning. Piece by piece, breath by breath, moment by moment. Heaven is rebuilding her from the inside out. Michael ends with these words. Stay in prayer. Stay in faith. Stay close to this message. Because what is returning to her is greater than what she lost. If you felt chills, if your heart softened, if you felt like this message was written exactly for your daughter, then heaven has touched your spirit tonight. Tap like so your energy aligns with your daughter's blessing. Tap subscribe so you never miss the next divine warning meant for your family. Comment below. Her destiny is coming back. So heaven records your agreement. And share this message with 10 people. Because someone else's daughter may also be standing at the edge of spiritual restoration without knowing it. My beloved child. You stayed. And because you stayed, Archangel Michael is revealing the part that was hidden from every eye, even your daughter's. Listen with your whole spirit. Michael steps forward, his wings drawing a circle of light around this moment. And he says, Your daughter is about to be confronted by a truth she cannot hide from anymore. Not a punishment. Not a tragedy. But a divine unlocking. Don't move, because what follows next is the point your entire journey has been leading toward. Your daughter has been carrying a truth in silence. Not because she wanted to, but because she feared being misunderstood. This truth has been sitting in her chest like a stone. A weight. A pressure. A secret that grows louder every night. Michael says, this truth is not meant to break her. It is meant to free her. And free you. Stay with me. Because this is where the spiritual shaking begins. Tonight, yes, tonight, something unusual will happen in your daughter's spirit. She will remember something. A memory. A conversation. A warning. A moment she ignored. A sign she dismissed. A feeling she thought was just in her head. It will return suddenly. Unexpectedly. As if heaven taps her shoulder and says, look again. This moment will hit her with a sudden pause. A breath caught in her throat. A strange heaviness. A wave of realization. A whisper inside her saying, this is the moment. Don't scroll. This is exactly how Archangel Michael says it will unfold. Michael continues. Your daughter has been protected from the consequences of someone else's deception. But now she must face the truth about what she trusted. Someone lied to her. Someone misled her. Someone planted fear inside her. Someone walked close to her pretending to care. But their mask is falling. And your daughter's spirit is sensing the truth. Listen carefully. Your daughter's intuition is waking up. Not slowly. Not gently. But powerfully. Like a rising storm that refuses to be ignored. Michael says, the person who deceived her will reveal their true nature. Not with their words, but with their actions. A message they send. A tone in their voice. A reaction they can't hide. A sudden distance. A shift in their energy. This will be the moment she realizes. They were never what they pretended to be. Your daughter will be shaken. Her heart will tremble. But she will not break. Because heaven is standing behind her. Michael says, the truth will wound her. But the truth will save her. And you, my beloved child, you are the anchor heaven chose to keep her steady. Don't scroll now. This next part is the key. After the truth hits her spirit, she will look for someone safe. Someone steady. Someone who speaks peace. Someone who carries love. She will look for you. Not because you force her, but because her soul knows. This person has always been my safe place. And when she comes, her blessing will come with her. Her clarity. Her destiny. Her protection. Her emotional balance. All will rise again. Michael ends this part with a final whisper. Prepare your heart. Prepare your faith. Prepare your home. Because the truth that once hid from your daughter is now walking toward her. If your heart felt pulled, if your eyes got wet, if you felt a strange heaviness lift off you while listening, that means heaven is aligning your daughter's spirit right now. Tap like to seal this part of the message. Tap subscribe so the next warning reaches you on time. And comment below. The truth will set her free. Finally, share this message with 10 people. Because someone else's daughter may be standing on the edge of the same revelation. And your share might save their spirit tonight. My beloved child. Listen closely, because heaven says this is the part where the truth stops hiding. Archangel Michael stands in front of your daughter. Not behind her. Not beside her. But directly in front of her. Because what's coming is not an attack. It's a revelation. A revelation meant to free her from the last chain holding her destiny back. Don't scroll. This is unfolding exactly as heaven describes it. Michael says, your daughter is about to be approached by someone who knows a truth she never expected to hear. This person has watched her struggle silently. They've seen her confusion, her hesitation, her emotional exhaustion, her fear of trusting the wrong people, her doubt about herself. And they could no longer remain quiet. They have decided. Tonight, she learns the truth. But here is the part that will shake you. They aren't coming to harm her. They aren't coming to expose her. They aren't coming to embarrass her. They are coming because heaven instructed them. They carry a message that will redirect her entire life path. Michael whispers. This person is the bridge heaven is using to guide her out of danger. But your daughter will not recognize that immediately. She will feel a sudden pause, a strange pressure in her chest, a heavy sensation behind her shoulders. A moment of frozen time. A feeling that something big is about to be said. That's the angelic signal. Don't scroll. Stay with me. This person, the one carrying the truth, has been watching your daughter quietly for months. They noticed her suffering before you did. They heard something she didn't know they heard. They witnessed a lie she never realized was being told. Michael says. They know who manipulated her. They know what was taken from her. They know why her confidence broke. And they know when the betrayal happened. This is why tonight is the moment. Your daughter will feel exposed. Not because she did something wrong, but because heaven is finally uncovering the darkness around her. Michael says, she will cry. Not because of fear, but because her heart will finally understand what it tried to ignore. And then, the turning point. This person will tell her one sentence. And that sentence will break the spiritual fog over her life. A sentence like, you didn't deserve what they said about you. Or, you trusted someone who didn't deserve it. Or, I saw what they tried to do behind your back. Or, you have no idea how much danger you avoided. That sentence opens her eyes. That sentence makes her breathe deeper. That sentence restores something inside her that was stolen. And my beloved child, this is where you come in. Michael says. She will run to the person she trusts the most. And that person is you. Not a friend. Not a cousin. Not a stranger. You. Because heaven chose you to guide her through the moment her heart cracks. Only so it can finally heal. And here is the greatest twist of all. The truth they reveal. The betrayal they expose. The danger they uncover. The hidden act they reveal. Will actually open the door to your daughter's biggest blessing. Sometimes blessings don't arrive with music. They arrive with truth. Tagda outro, emotional, gripping, same style you asked for. If something inside you felt heavy. If your chest tightened. If your spirit whispered, "This is for me." That means heaven is talking to you right now. Tap like to acknowledge the angel speaking. Tap subscribe so you never miss the next warning. And comment below. Reveal her truth, God. Finally, share this message with 10 people. Heaven says your share becomes a shield over your daughter's next 48 hours. Don't keep this protection to yourself. My beloved child. Listen with your full spirit now, because Archangel Michael says. What happens next is the moment your daughter's soul finally confronts what she never dared to face. Stay here. Don't scroll. The person who approached her with the truth earlier. The one heaven selected. Doesn't stop there. They return. Not by accident. Not by coincidence. But because the angels placed a weight on their hearts so heavy. They could not stay silent another second. Michael whispers. Your daughter is about to hear a truth that will make her question everything. Her legs may get weak. Her voice may tremble. Her hands may shake. And she may feel, for a moment, like the world is shifting under her feet. Because this time, the truth they reveal is not just about someone else. It's about her. Her choices. Her trust. Her silence. Her wounds. Her mistakes. Her loyalty. Her hidden pain. Don't scroll. This part is the heart of the prophecy. The person stands in front of her. Eyes steady. Voice trembling. Soul heavy. They say something like, "You don't know what they said about you. But I heard it all." Or, "You were blamed for something you didn't even do. And it's been ruining your name." Or, "They made you feel guilty for a lie they created." Or the hardest one. Someone you trusted twisted the entire story, and you took the blame. Those words hit your daughter like a wave. Her chest tightens. Her throat locks. Her mind begins replaying every moment she doubted herself. Every moment she cried alone. Every moment she wondered why nothing made sense. Michael says. This is the moment her spirit wakes up. Because for months, maybe years, someone has rigged the story against her. A twisted narrative. A false accusation. A hidden agenda. A quiet betrayal. And your daughter, not knowing the truth, carried the shame that wasn't even hers. Don't scroll. Stay right here. This person continues speaking. Their voice softens. Their eyes fill with compassion. And they say, I'm telling you this because you deserve peace. And those words, they break your daughter open. Not in a painful way, but in a cleansing way. She breathes differently. She stands differently. She finally feels the weight lifting off her shoulders. Because the lie she carried, the lie that caged her confidence, the lie that stole her self-worth, is finally exposed. And here is what you don't know. Heaven timed this moment perfectly. Not early. Not late. But right when her destiny needed it. Because after this truth is revealed, your daughter will not be the same. Michael says. Her strength returns. Her voice returns. Her clarity returns. Her divine identity returns. This isn't the breakdown. This is the breakthrough. And now comes the twist even you weren't expecting. Michael declares, she will come to you next. Not to cry. Not to hide. Not to collapse. But to tell you, I finally understand what was happening. Because you are her anchor. You are her safe place. You are the one heaven chose to witness her transformation. Don't scroll. This is divine timing speaking to you. Your daughter's next step, after hearing the truth, will be the step that leads her into her real destiny. Her real blessing. Her real relationships. Her real protection. Her real strength. This moment is not the end. This moment is the unlocking. My beloved child. If your heart tightened, if your eyes watered, if something inside whispered, she needs this, then heaven is speaking directly to you. Tap like if this message touched your spirit. Tap subscribe so you never miss the next divine moment. And comment. Reveal her truth, God. And now, share this message with 10 people. Heaven says every share becomes a spiritual shield over your daughter's next 48 hours. Do not keep this protection only for your home. Send it outward. My beloved child. Don't scroll now. You have reached the moment where the truth becomes too loud for the universe to hide anymore. Archangel Michael says, this is the part where the mask finally falls. Not slowly. Not gently. But all at once. Your daughter is still standing there, processing what she heard in the last moment. And suddenly, the person who revealed everything grows quiet. Silent. Still. As if they're listening to something you cannot hear. And then they say, there is more. Don't move. This is where the story shifts. Your daughter's breath catches. Her skin chills. Her heart races, not out of fear, but because her spirit knows this part changes everything. Michael whispers. The person behind her suffering, is closer than she ever imagined. Not an outsider. Not a stranger. Not someone passing by. Someone who watched her struggle, but never helped. Someone who saw her break, but pretended not to notice. Someone who benefited from her silence, yet acted innocent. Don't scroll. This is the moment heaven pulls the curtain back. The person revealing the truth finally says, "She trusted them the most." And your daughter freezes, because she knows exactly who that could be. Not because the person told her the name, but because heaven brought a face into her mind. Without warning. Without hesitation. Without doubt. Michael says, "The one who caused the deepest pain is the one who smiled the brightest." Your daughter's knees weaken. She sits. She tries to steady her breath, but her chest is tight with realization. All those moments she questioned herself. All those nights she wondered why she felt betrayed. All those strange conversations. All the discomfort she couldn't explain suddenly make sense. The puzzle pieces that never fit perfectly now. But listen. Heaven does not expose truth to break her. Heaven exposes truth to free her. Michael whispers. This is her liberation moment. Not revenge. Not anger. Not punishment. But freedom. Because once the truth is revealed, the person who controlled the story can no longer control her spirit. Your daughter rises. Not physically, but spiritually. Her back straightens. Her voice forms again. Her courage returns. And then something miraculous happens. The person who delivered the truth looks directly into her eyes. With sincerity. With clarity. With strength. And says, "You deserved better. You were never the problem. You were the one they feared." Your daughter's eyes fill with tears. But not of pain. Tears of release. Relief. Recognition of her own worth. Don't scroll. The next part is crucial. Michael says, she will walk away from the false voice, and walk toward her true destiny. The chains fall. The fog clears. The confusion lifts. Your daughter begins to understand. All the delays. All the setbacks. All the strange emotional heaviness were not coming from her soul. They came from the environment she was in. And now that the truth is revealed, heaven will begin removing every barrier that kept her from peace. This is not the collapse. This is the cleansing. And now, Michael reveals something directly for you. She will reveal everything to you soon. Not today. Not in fear. But when her heart is steady, and her mind is clear, she will come to you. Not as a child seeking comfort, but as a woman finally ready to speak her truth. And you will be the one who guides her through the next chapter. Stay here. Don't scroll. The next part is where the transformation truly accelerates. My beloved child. If this message stirred something inside your heart, that means heaven is aligning your daughter's path. Tap like so this message reaches more souls who need clarity. Tap subscribe so you never miss the next divine update. And comment. Reveal the truth, God. Now, share this message with 10 people. Michael says every share becomes a shield of clarity and protection for your daughter's next steps. My beloved child. Don't move now. You have reached the part where heaven tightens the spotlight on the truth. Archangel Michael says, she is standing at the doorway of the hardest realization of her life. Not because she did anything wrong, but because she finally understands the true weight of who hurt her and why the pain ran so deep. Your daughter walks slowly, almost like her soul is processing faster than her body can move. The air feels heavier around her. Not with darkness, but with truth pressing against her chest. Truth that can no longer stay silent. The person who revealed everything is still watching her. Not with pity, but with the respect heaven gives a warrior who survived more than the world ever knew. Don't scroll. You need to hear the next words. Michael whispers. The truth wasn't meant to break her. It was meant to wake her. Your daughter takes a deep breath. One of those breaths that feel like a lifetime uncoiling inside the ribs. For the first time, she starts asking questions she was too afraid to ask before. Why didn't I see it? Why did they act like they cared? Why did I blame myself? And heaven answers her in silence. A silence so loud she can feel it. Because you loved purely. Because you trusted deeply. Because you believed in goodness even when others didn't deserve it. Don't move. This next part will give your audience chills. Your daughter remembers moments. Small ones. Tiny details she ignored. A tone in their voice. A look that didn't match their words. A conversation that felt rehearsed. A favor that came with invisible strings. A question that felt like a trap. A sudden concern that was actually control in disguise. All those fragments come crashing together. Michael says. She finally sees what heaven saw. And the realization hits her like a wave. Not painfully, but powerfully. They were never protecting me. They were limiting me. Your daughter sinks into a chair. Her hands are shaking. Not from fear, but from release. Everything that was buried. Everything that was concealed. Everything that was twisted. Is finally straightening out in her soul. The person beside her speaks again, softly. But with absolute certainty. You were never meant to carry this alone. And your daughter looks up. With eyes that are no longer wounded, but awakening. Michael whispers. She is rising. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But like a storm that forms without sound. Quiet. Dense. Undeniable. Don't scroll. Heaven wants you to hear this clearly. She is entering the phase where she chooses who gets to stay in her life, and who does not. This is her sorting season. Her turning season. Her truth season. And the one who betrayed her? Heaven will deal with them. Not through harm, but through exposure. Because when heaven reveals motives, no lie can survive. Your daughter stands now. Her posture is different. Stronger. Clearer. Unafraid. The person who came to warn her says, "There is one last thing you must know. And it concerns your parent." She freezes. You. Her heart drops into her stomach. Her eyes widen. Her pulse slows. Not because she fears you, but because she has always felt there was a missing part of the story. That involved her family's past. Michael says, the next truth will connect her path to your destiny. This is where heaven ties the threads together. Your daughter whispers, "Tell me." And the person nods slowly. Because this final revelation isn't just about her. It's about you too. Don't move. The next part is the most explosive one. My beloved child. If your heart felt the weight of heaven in this moment, then you are divinely meant to hear what happens next. Tap like so this warning reaches the right souls. Tap subscribe so part 10 reaches you without delay. And comment. Reveal the final truth, God. Now, share this message with 10 people. Michael says every share strengthens your daughter's clarity and sets up her next breakthrough. My beloved child. Don't move now. Archangel Michael says this is the moment where heaven leans closest to your daughter's life. Your daughter sits quietly at her workplace, thinking today would be an ordinary day. But heaven knew otherwise. Because exactly at that hour, the elevator doors opened. And the person carrying the truth powerful enough to rearrange your daughter's entire destiny, stepped out and walked directly toward her. Michael whispers. This visit was written in heaven long before she was born. Your daughter looks up. Her breath pauses. She recognizes the face, but not the purpose. Because this person didn't come to gossip, didn't come to chat, didn't come to distract. They came to reveal the biggest hidden lie that has been affecting her choices, her trust, her relationships, and even her happiness. Don't scroll. Heaven says you must feel this unfolding. The person pulls a chair, sits across from her, and speaks slowly. I didn't want to tell you this, but heaven insisted. Your daughter feels her heart tighten. Not from fear, from destiny. The person leans forward. Eyes steady, voice trembling under the truth. Someone close to you, someone you trusted without question, has been hiding something that affects your future more than you know. Your daughter freezes. She whispers, "Who?" But the person raises a hand gently. Before I give you the name, you need to understand the depth of the lie. The room feels smaller. Time slows. Even the office noise outside seems to dissolve into silence. Michael says. She is standing in her awakening moment. The person continues. This lie didn't start yesterday. It didn't start last month. It has been growing silently for years, shaping the decisions you made, pulling you away from the people who were meant to protect you, and pushing you toward the people who benefited from your confusion. Your daughter feels her breath break. She clutches the edge of her desk. The person says, "This lie cost you relationships. It cost you time. It cost you happiness. And it almost cost you your true destiny." Her voice shakes. Why didn't anyone tell me? The person looks directly into her eyes and says, because the one who should have warned you was the one who hid it the most. A shock hits her chest. She reaches for a water bottle, but her hands tremble too much to open it. Michael whispers. This is where the truth begins to break open. The person stands and walks to the window, looking out for a moment before turning back. Heaven told me to come today, because you're about to make a life-changing decision tomorrow. Your daughter gasps. She did have a decision to make. A choice she had been weighing silently. Her voice breaks. Is the decision wrong? The person says. Not wrong, but misinformed. You were about to choose based on a lie, not based on the truth. Her tears fall now. But these are tears that cleanse. Tears that wash away years of silent confusion. Michael steps spiritually behind her, his wings lifting her shoulders. She is rising. The person walks back, places something on her desk. A folded paper. Old, worn at the edges. Your daughter stares at it. The person says, this is the evidence. This is the message. This is what was hidden from you. Her fingers tremble as she unfolds it slowly. One sentence catches her eye. A sentence that hits her like lightning. Her breath collapses. She covers her mouth. Her eyes fill instantly. Michael declares, the truth that was buried has now come alive. The person finally sits again and says the line that seals this moment forever. You deserve to know the whole truth. Because the next chapter of your destiny cannot be built on a lie. Silence falls. A holy, heavy silence filled with revelation. Your daughter finally whispers, tell me everything. And the person replies, I will. But what I'm about to say changes everything about the man you trusted. Don't scroll now. Part 11 will reveal the name and the intention. My beloved child, you reached the moment heaven wanted you to hear. If this message reached your spirit, like to keep heaven's protection around your home. Subscribe so part 11 finds you instantly when it's released. Comment. Reveal the truth, God. So the message seals into your family's timeline. Share with 10 people. Because Archangel Michael says every share expands your daughter's protection.